let me introduce Brother Muhammad, who's here, and he was taking our product, Kidney Restore. Brother Muhammad, tell me what's going on with your situation.
Well, how you doing today, Doc? Appreciate you having me here. Basically, what happened was my pressure was at the point to where it been going untreated for so long, caused kidney failure as well as congestion heart failure. And I noticed that my legs and my feet were swelling. I was going to the bathroom a considerable amount of times, like maybe every 20 minutes. I couldn't sleep at night laying flat on my back. I would have to sit straight up in order because it felt like I would be choking. I noticed that I couldn't even walk from the front of my house to the back of my house without being completely out of breath. So I knew something was going wrong.
Okay, what was your prognosis by your doctor?
The doctor said, like I said before, he said that I had high blood pressure, congested heart failure, as well as kidney failure. And they were telling me that on a scale from 1 to 5, at that particular, 1 being the best and 5 being the worst, mine was at a 5. And they were saying it was basically on the amount of time before I was headed towards dialysis. My father was on dialysis for years. He never got a chance to get off. He died on dialysis. And that's something that I didn't really want to deal with. And I've always believed staunchly that if something is broken, it can be fixed. You know, and so I searched out one of my brothers, Brother Willie, thank God for him. He told me about Doc Peters, and he said that he knew a brother that basically was a doctor. He practiced holistic medicine, and he basically could help me with my problem as far as with the kidneys. And I noticed when I started taking it, I immediately noticed like 4 or 5 days after that I wasn't going to the bathroom that much. I was feeling a lot better, and basically I could tell that something was happening. And then when I went back to the doctor maybe about 4 weeks ago, and they examined my kidneys again, instead of my kidneys being a 5, it was a 4. So the process was starting to reverse itself because I was taking the restored kidneys twice a day, 2 pills in the morning, 2 at night, and basically it had started repairing my kidneys. And they were telling me that basically after they were damaged, they could never be repaired again, but I didn't believe that. And the proof is that, like I said, they said that on a scale from 1 to 5, 5 being the worst, 1 being the best, I was at a 5, but a few weeks ago they told me I was at a 4.
Wow. So that was Kidney Restore you were taking?
Yes, sir. I wasn't taking anything else but that, so I knew that was it. And I went to the hospital, like I said, and basically they didn't understand that how my kidneys were being reversed from going from worse to bad, which is good in my particular case. But I knew that it was due for me taking the Kidney Restore for just a short amount of time.
Okay. How long exactly were you taking it?
I was taking I started for 2.5 months, and I noticed, like I said, it was a difference in as far as like how I went to the restroom. I was in the middle of the night. I may go once. Before I started taking the Kidney Restore, I was going like 4 or 5 times a night. Like I said, I couldn't really sleep laying down flat, and basically my legs and my feet are starting to swell. So that's because the kidneys were failing and the congested heart failure.
Did the doctors prescribe you any type of medications?
Basically, they just gave me a medicine to sustain it. It wasn't to repair it. It was basically like getting a Band-Aid for a cut and not necessarily using stitches. They gave me 2 types of medications as far as for blood pressure. 1 medication to remove the water, 1 medication and for the heart. So I was on 5 pills, 5 different medications a day. 1 every 12 hours, 1 every 8 hours, 1 once a day. And it caused side effects like my fingers were tingling. They basically were like numb, my tips. I also noticed that my vision became blurry to where I have excellent eyesight, but I couldn't even see how to thread a needle because my vision was blurry. And I used to have dry mouth. I guess that was one of the side effects as well too. And I noticed also too, when I stopped taking the heart medicine, the muscles in my shoulder began to hurt, and I hadn't felt any pain when I was diagnosed with congestive heart failure, but I only began to feel pain after I started taking the prescription drugs. And I asked the doctors how long I would have to take this, and they were basically saying, for the rest of my life, they were saying the blood pressure, I could lose weight and eventually maybe get off of that, but they were saying that the kidneys couldn't be repaired, as well as the congestive heart failure couldn't be reversed. Like I said, I watched my father on dialysis for 20 years, as well as taking different medications for blood pressure. And I realized that basically it was headed towards a lifelong thing of taking pills, and I just couldn't see myself taking 4 or 5 pills every day for the rest of my life. And most of the doctors that I've spoken to have basically had some type of background dealing with holistic medicine, but conventional medicine doesn't want holistic medicine to come involved, because that cuts into big profits as far as like with healthcare packages, as well as the money that people pay for drugs. You know, legal drugs make more money than illegal drugs. So, you know, if someone tell me that you can only take 2 pills to taking 5 pills, and you might only have to take these 2 pills for a year or 2, but you have to take these pills from prescription drugs for the rest of your life or 20 years, which one you gonna choose? You gonna choose Kidney Restore, or you gonna basically choose conventional medicine that you're gonna be on the rest of your life? So, you know, don't take a piano to fall on my head to figure out what tune is playing. And so, like I said, I seeked it out and I found it. And Kidney Restore, basically, this is basically what I took. And I would advise anybody to basically talk to Doc Peters and see what this can do for you, because it's doing for me. And I'm not gonna be on dialysis.